Great to see you. Opening statement. I can give one. First off, thanks to the fans for coming out, particularly the students. I mean, it makes the environment so much more fun. Even if you're like playing well, not playing well, whatever it may be, to have fans that cheer, it kind of just snowballs on itself where, now people are, oh, the students were there. This is a cool place to go. And then more students come, and then more fans from the outside come. And that's what Iowa basketball needs to be. Obviously, we're still going to be a work in progress. We've got a long ways to go. Really happy with our start, our energy out of the gate. Defensively, the second half, we couldn't have guarded James, but They ran with they played with much better pace, I thought. I thought they shifted us a lot more. And then I thought we got ourselves out of position, got behind the ball that second half. Defensive rebounding was absolutely horrendous, so we need to be better at that, which is kind of our strength. So we'll get there, but I couldn't be more pleased with the fans. Like just keep coming, through the goods and the bad. Like, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like this every night. But it can be really special if we have them on our side.
All right, questions?
Right after the game, you went over to the student section, your players did, and then went around the arena just to thank the fans. Was that premeditated, or was that something you just did at the moment?
Did in the moment. Just, you got to show them you appreciate. Like, I really, truly believe that they need to be in it with us. Because, again, it's not going to be like this every single night. I hope it is. It'd be really nice. But it's not always going to be, just go well. And so that's when you really, really need those fans. And so I think you got to show them that you appreciate them and that they're on the team with us. I mean, that's what they are. And so hopefully we can keep them coming back and try to keep creating some excitement in the gym.
Do the fans help more on offense or defense, do you think?
Defense, I'm still, we're still getting, some of the other crowd standing. We're still trying to get them to stand. I'm trying, man. Let's go. Let's get lit. What else are we here for? We're not here to just spectate and watch. We got to be a part of it, right? Yeah, I mean, we need them on defense, need them on offense. You just need noise. That's kind of my theory.
Well, it seemed like the defense really fired up the fans. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I mean, things go well, it fires them up. That's right. And I want them to fire us up when things aren't going well. That's what I'm really trying to fight for. But, yes, the defense is – because our kids fly around. We've got some edgy kids, some tough kids, and they get pretty physical, and it makes the game pretty fun.
What did you want to see coming into this game, and I guess how much of it did you see, or do you feel satisfied?
You're never satisfied as a coach because it's so process focused. Obviously, you're a little bit happier for an hour, and then it's back to whatever. Then it's like Western Illinois, and so I mean, like with us, we're going to have some depth, and so the kids need to understand that they need to want for each other's success consistently, and I thought our kids did tonight. I was really pleased with that because it's going to be hard. Like, this is going to be hard. And it's going to be hard on people if they don't get to play 30 minutes one day and then the next they play 5. But I really was encouraged by those kids and how they wanted for each other's success. And that's a big deal in today's climate.
What have Isaiah and Cooper done to earn those starting spots?
Coop's obviously got length that can shoot. He's a good ball mover. He's very smart offensively. He's gotten considerably better defensively. Isaiah Howard, you said? Howard's just, he's half nuts. And so I like people that are half nuts because I'm fully nuts. So he just plays like we had a vote in the team, and there was 2 guys that I was like, okay, who if you're gonna just get a stop, who consistently do you think are the ones? And he was voted 1 and 2 with somebody else. So they just trust him. He just gives so much effort and energy.
Is the rotation still a work in progress, or is that something we're going to see moving forward?
Complete work in progress. Yeah, I didn't even know who was going to starting an hour before the game, to be honest. It's a complete work in progress. We don't have enough separation yet to kind of get there. It probably will be game to game based on matchups. But I thought everybody that came in played really well.
With that being said, were you pleased to see with what you saw from your starting five? Just kind of take us through what you kind of saw from that first game.
Well, some of those guys have played for me before, and so that's part of it too. Where Cam, T, Bennett, Isaiah Howard, like those guys have played for me, and I know, like, I've been in battles with them, and so you kind of know what to expect. And the other part is if you start somebody too new and you start too many of them and then you pull them out quick because they didn't start the way you wanted them to, it can kind of break their confidence. Whereas if those guys didn't start, well, I'll just pull them out. And they don't care. They know me, so it's fine. But you got to be careful how you manage some of this. And it's not perfect, and I'm not perfect, and it'll be some mistakes here. But tonight it was solid.
You mentioned the defensive rebounding. Would you pinpoint any issues with that tonight? I know you said it was awful, but would you pinpoint?
I mean, some of the shots in the first half that they took were way off. So that's part of it. They just completely missed it. And so then, like, air balls or they bounce weird and that kind of thing. I thought they were a really good offensive rebounding team. They've always been that. I didn't think we got the ball. The ball's sitting there, and it's just like see ball, get ball. We really struggled with that tonight, and that's not what we generally do. So I'm not concerned with it. I just don't want it to happen again because I don't like it.
Fans are just kind of obviously going to be starting to get to know this team, but I think one name they probably do know is Bennett Sturge. So how important is it to have a star like that you can kind of, that can play like he did tonight?
Yeah, he's just we kind of have been through a lot, just from Division II to Division I to obviously Power 5 now, and so he kind of understands what we want. He's fiercely competitive now. I know he kind of is steady, but it burns pretty hot, and obviously plays with great pace, great patience. He didn't play great in a couple of the scrimmages, which was probably the best thing because we didn't scout him, and so he was able to learn and adapt and then perform tonight. But yeah, I mean, guys like him, that's what I always tell people, like, guys like him make you look like you can coach. That's the beauty of good players that we always say. So get good players, it looks like you can coach. That's the trick.
You had some foul trouble first half. Did you like the way the guys responded that came off the bench? Did you feel like you didn't miss a beat?
Yeah, and I didn't even realize we had foul trouble because we were going to play 10, I believe, 10. And so, that's the beauty of depth, and that's the beauty of guys stepping up and being ready to go. And who was in foul trouble? Tavion?
4 guys.
Cam's always in foul trouble. Gosh, he just walks on the floor and he's got 2 fouls.
Is Hausen banged up, or was it more of a matchup thing tonight?
More matchup. Hausen's playing great. He's probably if he's not our hardest worker, he's one of our top couple workers. Anytime you come into a system, into a program, it's just different. It's just unique. But no, he's fine. He's been great. He did have that during the summer where he wasn't able to play all summer. So he's just catching up. But I thought he played great. He's a great leader. He's probably, if he's not our best leader, he's one of our best leaders. He's going to be just fine.
Were you happy with Omaro, how he played off the bench?
Yeah, I was. I was a little worried, wild man. I was a little worried. He didn't get too wild today. He was great. He was awesome. So he loves it. He plays with passion, and I love it. It's just sometimes you got to saddle him a little bit. But he was good tonight.
Do you think, should fans expect like varying lineups and matchup-based decisions by you? And then how do you communicate that to your guys? Like, Hausen didn't play forever.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was going to be a starter.
Yeah. That's going to be the hard part for our guys. That is going to be hard. That's why you have to want for somebody else's success. I think there's going to be games where we need a lot of shooting, and we played a lineup late where we had 5 shooters on the floor with Trevin, Alvaro, Bennett, Brendan, and somebody else, Tate maybe, and we played 5 shooters. And there's going to be games we need to do that, and then there's going to be games you can You play guys that can shoot, but they're not going to just completely space the floor. And so you just have to play a variety of different ways, and we've got the benefit of it. But if guys can keep down the path of like buying into that, we could have, we can be pretty good. But if they don't want to buy into that, then it's not going to work.
Was Trey Thompson, was that just coach's decision, or is he doing anything with us?
Yeah, coach's decision. Sometimes in those, again, he missed the whole summer too. Trey's good. Trey's going to be, I would be surprised if he's not an all Big Ten player by the time it's all said and done. Trey's really good. Anytime you come in, it's hard to catch up to the defense, and he's getting there. He's good offensively. He's fantastic. His energy's through the roof. Trey's good. I'm not worried about him. It's just you just kind of have to see it progress, and it takes some time.
You talked about just trying to find some rhythm with the offense, but you guys put up 101 tonight. Just what did you see out there from your offense to where you guys could have a night like this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the first time we scored 100 in a while. I don't remember. Probably 100 years ago. I don't know, man. I think our defense might have led to some offense. I don't know why we scored 100. I'd have to go back and watch it. No clue, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. I'd like to say again it was coaching, but it's probably just, I don't know, just made shots, I guess. A lot of free throws, too.
What were your emotions coming out of the tunnel for the first time before the game?
I think during the day, it's like I call it the game day misery. Like you're just miserable on game day because you're like overthinking a bunch of things. And then you kind of get like a fight or flight response, before games when you get the tension and the nerves and stuff like that. And generally I don't really have the flight response, so then it's fight response, and so then it's just time to fight. Let's go. And I just like it. I love competition. That's what I like. It's those half-second decisions or second decisions. That's what I'm good at. As our administration knows very well, if it's a long-term decision, sometimes it takes me a little time. No comment, Matt.
What about just your own emotions for this is your first game as coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes? You grew up rooting for this team in the state. I mean, did you ever take a minute to just kind of soak it all in, whether it was during the day when you walked out in the warm-ups or heard your name called for the first time?
Yeah, probably not. I think it is special. I probably don't process that enough. I think sometimes if you process it too much, I think you can get complacent or kind of a sense of arrival that we just want to avoid. And so it's really trying to build this thing into something special. I think the coolest part, because it's really hard, because we moved twice with my family. It's really hard on your wife. It's really hard on your kids. And so to kind of get to that game was good for them. Good for my son Peyton, my son Tate, my daughter Grace, and obviously my wife Michelle, because they do a lot of sacrificing. So that's probably the most special part of the moment is like, they get to be a part of that, and it's cool. It's arrived, and now it's on.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.